He was the game changer, revolutionising English football both on and off the field. But today, amid growing fan frustration, the game was finally up for Arsene Wenger.
It does mean we need to be bold in the appointment and get the person we believe is the right person.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 6 of Wenger Out Frying. If you haven't watched this before, the basic rundown is that obviously Arsene Wenger is leaving Arsenal at the end of the season, and I'm looking to see who the most suitable candidate will be to take over from Arsene Wenger. The way that I've done that is I have put them in as Arsenal manager. I've simulated the 2017-2018 season, and basically from their results, I've evaluated all the managers and put them into a table. And we are now looking who is in 16th place. So let's get started. And sorry guys, if you do like the channel, please like and subscribe, and then you can watch all the other videos. So in 16th place we have Enrique. So he's one of the favourites to take over. There's been a lot of talk about him coming in. Apparently he's demanded a 200 million war chest to change the squad, basically. I believe that he has said that Aubameyang and Lacazette are the only safe players, and he wants to look at changing the rest of the team. So 200 million is not a lot of money to change all the players. He is going to have to be very cost effective with his signings and make sure he gets as many players as possible for as little price as possible. And they have to be quality players, because we need players that are going to make us better and not just be squad players again. So let's have a look at Enrique. Obviously we can see he's got pretty decent stats: determination, level of discipline and motivating 17, 18. Attacking is only 13, I'm surprised about that, but his defending is 16, so hopefully if he does come in he can make Arsenal better defensively and tactically as well. He's good at working with youngsters, and he likes to sign domestic-based players, use zonal marking, so him and Steve Bold will get on well. He prefers to fit players into his preferred tactics, so he's probably going to play a 4-3-3, similar to what he did in Barcelona, and just get players that are going to fit that. So again, quickly looking at his history, he's obviously played for Real Madrid, Barcelona, then he was manager at Barcelona B. He went to Roma for a year, he went to Celta Vigo for a year, and then he was at Barcelona for 3 years, where I believe he won the treble. And so let's get right into it. Let's see, if Enrique was Arsenal manager, who would he sign? So he only made 2 signings. He signed Florin Andoni from Coruña, 25-year-old striker from Romania. He has got good stats. Looks a good player. So he's got good finishing, determination, bravery, work rate, teamwork, natural fitness are all good. So he looks like a pretty good player, but again, I'd say he's more of a squad player. I can't see him being number 1 striker ahead of Aubameyang. So he's brought him in. And then a surprising one here. A midfielder from Everton, 24 million, James McCarthy. Defensive midfielder. I've not actually looked at James McCarthy on this before, but his stats aren't as good as I would have expected. They're quite low for most of them. His heading's okay. Marking's pretty good, and his tackling's pretty good. So this game seems him more as a defensive midfielder. I've always seen James McCarthy as more of just a centre midfielder, a jack of all trades. But his passing's not fantastic, 13. But off the ball, leadership, flair, they're poor. His pace, he's okay. But it's a bit of a weird one there. His average rating, 6.74. So not the best. So that was a weird signing by Enrique there. I wouldn't have expected that. Nobody's gone, apart from loanees. So Mesut Ozil playing in centre midfield again. It looks more like maybe a deep line playmaker there. Aaron Ramsey more further forward. And then Lacazette, Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang on the wing. So right, let's have a look and see how his players performed for him. So we'll look at goals first. Lacazette was top goal scorer with 21 goals in 38 appearances. He had an average rating of 7.34. Aubameyang in second place with 20 goals from 53 games. So this game he's not scored as many goals as he normally does. Normally he's getting a lot more than that, especially in the recent game where he got 45 goals in a season. But This game he's playing more as a winger rather than a striker. And then Mkhitaryan's there as well with 12 goals in 49 games. And then a few other players have chipped in, to be fair. Ozil, Ramsey, Welbeck on 8. Iwobi with 6. Andone on 5. Koscielny with 4. And then, but who done best assist-wise? So Ozil not the best assist-wise this time, because Granit Xhaka's taken that position. 23 assists in 45 games. So that's pretty impressive. 3 tackles. Didn't get forward much. He just sat in front of the defence, but he looked like he dictated the play quite well. He probably took set pieces, I'm guessing, for that one. Mesut Ozil with 11 assists, and then Iwobi Bellerin with 7. So Bellerin doing well, getting forward there. Kolasinac with 5. So yeah, let's have a look at average rating. We've seen already, but Lacazette 7.34 at the top. You've got Koscielny in second with 7.27, 4 goals, 1 assist, 3 man and match awards, 6 tackles on average per game, 9 yellows, 2 reds though, so needs to sort out his discipline. And then Ozil and Aubameyang with 7.22 each. In 5th place, a surprising one there, Reece Nelson. Played 7 games in total, scored 2, set up 1, 63% passing though, needs to improve there. But dribbling 3.02 per game. So pretty good there. Okay, so let's have a look at the tournaments. So Luis Enrique's first game in charge, or first real game in charge, was against Chelsea in the Community Shield, and he started with a win. So despite playing a youthful side with Holding, Mavropanos, Maitland-Niles, Willock, Dragomir, Nelson, despite having them in the team, Aubameyang got the winner. They won 1-0. 54th minute goal, no sending offs. Chelsea didn't play too bad, but as you see, Chelsea had more shots, more possession, but Arsenal edged it. But I'm guessing that was more Arsenal took the lead, sat back, and then Chelsea attacked, but couldn't do anything. Rob Holding with man of the match. Great performance by him. Cech played well. The rest played not very well at all. Yeah, I think Chelsea played better in that game, but Arsenal managed to get the win. Still, a win's a win, and a good start for Enrique. Now let's have a look at the Carabao Cup. And not a good start, or not a great performance at all from Enrique and Arsenal in this one. A 3-0 away defeat in the 3rd round, the first stage for Arsenal, to Huddersfield. Let's have a quick look at the game. Goals from Sabiri, Mooney and Kachunga. Again, a pretty decent team to be fair, but they just didn't perform. Espina with a 4.8. I've rarely seen that in the game, but he's managed to do it. And he will probably be out in the summer. Not much to look there. Let's have a look at the FA Cup. And not much better in the FA Cup either. A 3-1 away defeat to the Championship side Aston Villa in the first hurdle they've been knocked out. Aubameyang got the equaliser, but Jack Grealish and El Mohammadi finished things for Aston Villa. They played pretty well, although Anoma didn't do very well, 5.9 there. Koscielny played well, but again a youthful team, but they should have done better, and they played quite well, 7.4, 7.1, 7.4, but they just couldn't get the goals. Sometimes football's like that. 14 shots, 8 on target, dominated possession, they just couldn't win. So again, not a good start in that competition for Enrique. Next up, we'll have a look at Europe, and a pretty good performance in Europe from Enrique and Arsenal. They got out of the knockout stages, where they had Vitesse, Dynamo and Olympique Marseille. Doing pretty convincing wins here as well. 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, yeah, 3-1. Couple of draws in there, but they were already through. Then they played AC Milan, and Andone with the goal in the away leg, but at home they won 3-1. Andone again with a goal. However, that went into extra time, so it was 1-1 and then 1-1. And Andone and Ozil with the goals in extra time to take Arsenal through to the second knockout leg, where they won 6-1 on aggregate against Bilbao. Danny Welbeck with a couple of goals there. And then a 5-1 quarter-final victory on aggregate against Bâle. Koscielny, Lacazette, Iwobi. And then they had Napoli in the semi-final. So a very tough game. They lost the first game away from home 2-1, but that all-important away goal from Alex Iwobi helped them in the next game as they won 1-0. Alex Iwobi again at the Emirates. So they were sent through on away goals to the European Cup final, where they lost 3-0 to Lazio. Let's have a look at that game. Let's have a look at the stats. As you can see from the player ratings, they didn't do very well. 5.6 for Monreal and Peter Cech. And the rest are all like 6, 6.5. Aaron Ramsey with the only good game. 7.6 for him. But again, they've dominated this one. 13 shots to 10. Only 3 on target though. Lazio only had 3 on target, but they managed to get all of them in the back of the net. And Lazio dominated possession 52 over 48. But Shiro and Mobile with 2 goals. Let's have a look at 17th finishing, 16th for pace. He's pretty good. 21 goals in 44 games for that season. So yeah, Arsenal lost in the Europa Cup final. And finally, let's have a look at the league. So as you can see from this, 5 defeats up until the end of January. So not a great start. A few draws there. Obviously, you're always going to see wins with Arsenal. Some highlights. They lost 1-0 away to Man City. Lost 2-1 away to Spurs. They beat Liverpool at home 3-2. So good result there. And they drew 1-0 with Chelsea at home. They won at Old Trafford. So it doesn't happen often. But Welbeck getting a goal there. And then a pretty good run. 3-0 against Leicester. 4-0 against Newcastle. 4-1 against Huddersfield. But then we lost 2-1 at home to Man City. And then the end of the season, again, a few more defeats. 2-1 to Brighton, 1-0 to Chelsea, 3-1 at home to Burnley. 13 minutes gone, they were 2-0 down. Welbeck got one back, but then Chris Woods in the 88th minute finished the game off. And in that time as well, we beat Spurs 2-0 at home, even though Granit Xhaka got sent off. They beat Liverpool 2-0 as well, Ramsey and Aubameyang, and beat Man U at home 2-1, so they like playing Man U. Although Florian Andone got a red card, Mkhitaryan and Ramsey with the goals there. So, yeah, quite a few defeats in that season. But let's have a look at the league. Let's see where we finished. And we finished 4th. 11 points off of Liverpool, who won the league. Chelsea came second, 3 points behind. And then Man U, we were 3 points behind Man U. Because of these defeats, 8 defeats, 7 draws. Otherwise, we could have overtaken them there. But Man City, that's a shock there. They finished in 5th. And Burnley got into Europe in place of Spurs. Now, when I judged how well these managers performed, I didn't really look at where anybody else finished. But potentially I should have given some brownie points to Enrique for Tottenham finishing out of Europe. That is how they performed. Not the best season. Only 1 trophy, and that was the Community Shield for Enrique. He came close in the Europa, and in the league, there was too many defeats, especially silly ones to teams like Burnley. But that helped them get into Europe. So, yeah, so that's that. Enrique's in 15th place. The next one we'll look at is 14th. So please stay tuned. And if you like the show, please subscribe. And we will see you soon. Thank you very much.